Hello, welcome back to Julia's Knitting. Today I'm trying a new format and I invite you to spend a knitting weekend with me. Spoiler alert, there will not just be knitting but other crafts too. I'm Julia, a knitter living in Finland, so if you're looking for a cozy video to watch while you're crafting or cooking or having breakfast, please get comfortable. All the links to the things I mention in the video, as well as to my patterns on Ravelry, are in the description box. By the way, there are a couple of free cozy crochet patterns, easy to make as gifts for Christmas or other holidays. Enjoy! Isn't this ridiculous how much stuff we have to do before starting living this day? I woke up at 7 o'clock, now it's 8:30 and I'm just making my bed and I haven't had breakfast yet. And it's going to be a while till I can start actually knitting. This is ridiculous. Is it just me, or do you also have this much stuff to do in the morning? Maybe I'm doing something wrong. Just tell me. Okay, and now the question is, do I go to the shop first, or do I do my Finnish homework first? Okay, but the shop, you know what? I will even do the dishes later, because the shop has this thing. When they sell the vegetables cheaper than usual, they have these boxes. You could buy it quite cheaply. And they are available only in the morning, and now it's already 8:30. So I'm gonna go and then I'm gonna start my day. Okay, let's go. It's gloomy here, but you know, actually I can see some blue. That's a rare thing. We have this dark season in Finland from November till March, probably. Yesterday I went for a walk at 3 o'clock and it was already dark in the afternoon. It affects some people very much. It doesn't affect me especially, but of course I depend on shooting the videos in the light of day. It affects me somehow, but I know that it affects others much more. I started going for walks in the morning because I understood that I think very well when I'm pacing. Maybe it's the same movement, right? The same rhythm, and I come up with ideas, I come up with plans for the day, for the week, for the month. So, and if I go for a walk in the evening, then I come back and I go to bed and I forget everything. But this way, when I go for a walk in the morning and I think of something, I can come back home and use it. Unfortunately, there were no vegetables I was hoping for, but I bought something for breakfast and it was a nice walk. You know what? Let's go to the lake. Let's see what's there. It's a nice place. Look at the sky. I think Mark Twain said, if you don't like the weather, wait for 5 minutes. This is exactly what happens in Finland. Very often. The morning was so gloomy. And now, look at that. This is the beach for kids. It's not official, but it's just the water is not very deep, so it's suitable for kids. But of course, grown-ups swim here too. But you have to swim like way over there to not feel the ground. What do you call it? And it's just, I don't know, maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes from my home. So whenever I feel like it, I just come here and watch the water. I can't say that I always have this much to do. You know, still it surprises me how not easy, how much time, how much dedication we need to give to ourselves to just stay okay, you know, to just stay healthy, just to be in a nice mood, not in the greatest mood possible, just to maintain a usual life. Well, we have what we have. Maybe I'm dramatizing too much. I'm doing the dishes first thing in the morning. This is all from my husband's breakfast. Maybe a couple of things are from yesterday, but usually we do it right away. But today, well, he was late and he said, "I'm sorry, but I'm leaving you all the dishes." Sometimes it happens and I don't mind, and he starts working very early and I can do this, so it's okay. But today it's kind of, you know, everything went wrong. Everything that, not wrong, but, you know, everything is harder than it usually is. It's 10 o'clock already. 10 o'clock, 3 hours of, you know, just preparing to be able to have breakfast and finally knit something for the first time this day. That's okay. That's not always like that. Our flat is so small that there is just no place for dirty dishes, and we don't have a dishwasher, unfortunately. If it was my flat, I would find the place. There is definitely not too much space, not enough space, but I would, you know, I would sacrifice some drawers and I would get myself a dishwasher. But it's not ours, we're renting it. We can't make this kind of decisions, and we have to wash the dishes. And because, you know, I don't like any of the housework, but all the other stuff, you can do it once a week. You can do it even once in 2 weeks or a month, depending on what it is. But the dishes, you can't do them, you know, you can't save them for a week and then do like a huge pile of dishes. Well, at least I can't, because I simply don't have enough to use for a week, and I have no space for it to be here for a week. So this is what we have to do constantly, and now I'm trying to, you know, to try and keep the sink empty all the time, to keep the flat, and especially this such a small flat, tidy, you know, because otherwise if you skip a day and let some mess pile up, it's impossible to fix it later. The day I finally get a dishwasher again will be a happy day for me. Dishes done, finally breakfast. And then, of course, after breakfast, I'll have dishes again. Let's not focus on that. I'm finally ready to start my day. I don't know why, but breakfast is the start of the day for me. I'm already very hungry. I try to not eat too late at night, so I spend a couple of hours not eating in the evening, then the night, and then in the morning. Today it took me 3 hours to get here, so I'm pretty hungry. And of course this first sip of coffee. Well, I'll have breakfast, I'll watch Bob's Burgers, I'll knit a little bit. I always try to, almost always I have a project that is easy enough for me to just pick up, and while I'm chewing I'm going to knit my scarf. Those of you who watched episode 13 already know that I'm hoping this is going to be my next pattern. So I have to finish it. It's kind of the same thing over and over again. I just need to get the length. But I want to finish it. I want to be sure that it's okay, that it's comfortable, maybe to wear it a couple of times. Then I'll start, you know, actually making the pattern, writing and everything. Have a nice morning. See you after breakfast. We'll knit something.
My grandmother does. Stickers of shame. Is this helping? Thanks, Teddy. Yes, it's good.
How about some smelling salts?
Oh, God, come on.
Okay, I'm finally done with breakfast and everything else. So we finally can start knitting. The scarf is always there. It's a long project, so I always pick it up and knit a little bit. But I also want to start something for Christmas. Actually, I bought some yarn the other day. Where is it? Just a sec. And I don't know what to knit or crochet, I have two options: notes on my phone, and I have a saved list on Pinterest. Let's see what I have saved here on Pinterest. A lot of cute stuff. A lot of cute stuff. The question is where to start. The yarn I have is acrylic, I think. I love these apples, and I love such kind of yarn for these apples because you see they look very natural this way, because these ones are amazing, but these ones are even better because of the yarn. It has something in it and it looks more natural. But at the same time, do I want them to look like real apples? I don't think that I want them to be sparkled. There is one more thing that will look amazing, I think, in this yarn. And this is a bow. If you watched episode 13, I showed you these. Which one is the wrong side? This one is the right side. I showed you this bow. They exist in different interpretations. They are all quite simple, you know, small, big. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is so nice. Do I have it saved? I don't. I'll save them in the knitting folder. What's wrong? Not the Christmas folder, because you can make the bows different color, and then they are not Christmassy, but just, you know, just cute. As you can see, there are options of these bows, but long story short, it's just a stripe of knitting, and then you just make this, I don't know, the knot to fix it. So I'm thinking this to make, well, what are we thinking? Something like this. Okay, let's try. The label says 4mm needle. I think I'll do it on 3, because it has to be like, you know, it has to keep its shape. This small bow is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches, but it's finer yarn. I'll cast on 12 stitches, maybe 40. Let's do 13, a pretty number. We don't need an even number, so we can do 13. I'll start with 3 because it will be the end. I'll knit 3. Well, actually I will do the first, I will slip the first, always. I'll always slip the first, and I will purl the last. This is what I kind of always do, not only here always, but always. I will start increasing in the next row. So I'm keeping one side just going straight and the other side increasing. Okay, I'm talking to myself. I messed something up. Let me start over. 1, 2, 3. I'll slip the first as always. I'll knit the row. Now it's only one stitch, and I'll purl the last one as always. Let's try do one more. Let's try and just knit one more, no increasing. Okay, maybe this way we'll get quite a pointy end of the ribbon. Now we're starting to increase. I'll start with slipping one, then knit one, then make one, purl one. Going back, I am just slipping the first one, knitting 2, and purling the last one. Okay, it worked. Next, slipping the first one. You know what? This sparkling thread is a bitch. It keeps going somewhere. Okay, knit 2, increase 1, the last one is purled. Going back, slip, knit 3, purl the last one. Next, slip 1, knit all of them except the last one, increase and purl. Make the extra stitch, the increase, always in the same direction, right? Slip, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, purl. Okay, I just now realized that I can do this and see the width that I like, right? I don't have to decide in advance. Genius. Okay, let's knit. This is the amount of stitches I wanted to make, 13. What are we thinking? It looks small right now, but if you imagine this kind of ribbon going on, it's not that small, it's not that narrow. It's okay, but do I want a big fancy bow, or is it enough? 13 is one of my favorite numbers. Okay, I need to think. You know what I wanted? I want more. I'll do 16. It's not going to be huge, but I want it to be noticeable. I'm going to do 16. This is 16 stitches and it looks presentable. So I'm starting to make the ribbon. No increases now, I'm just knitting all the rows. I slip the first stitch, I knit 14 stitches and I purl the last stitch. And I do the absolutely same thing in the next row. Because you need all the rows from the other side look like pearls. And that's why it looks like this. It's going to take time, so I'll see you in a while.
Just let me into your world!
Okay, I stopped with the bow for a second. I had an idea. I made the last bow by just making a long ribbon and then I arranged it into a bow. But now I'm thinking, what if I try making a loop and a separate kind of a piece of a ribbon for these ends? Maybe it will look more symmetrical. Maybe I'll like it better. And so I decided to make one smaller bow. I'll just try it very quickly and then we'll see what we like more. I'll compare it to my grey one. Okay, I did a provisional cast on. Now I'm going to connect both ends, the two ends, with a garter stitch. Okay, I'm not sure if it's worth the trouble. I think next time I will just use the usual cast on. You won't be able to see the seam, and it's actually a little bit of a pain in the ass, so... Look at this sun! Okay, I made the upper part and the other one. Let's try and construct.
It would have been fun chucking raisins at you as I flew by.
Oh my god, I hate him.
Aren't they here, guys? I'm giving you raisins. That is risky. It's the neighbor like, Aw, so cute. Your burgers and his pizza.
I'm not sure what I made. You know, I was questioning this one because you can see that one end is lower than the other, right? One is here and one is there. But now I'm thinking that there is another way to arrange it. And this one is kind of, it's not worth all this trouble. I'm gonna make this one into something, but I think it's easier to make one long ribbon and then arrange it into a bow. I think we'll need, maybe that's 1/3 or 1/4 of the ribbon. So let's go. Okay, I made some progress, but I need to do my Finnish homework now. So I'm going to take a break from knitting. Well, actually I brought my knitting. So if I have a minute, I'll knit here too. It's pretty, you can't see it because of the sun, but you can see the sparkle, right? When it's a little bit darker, when the sun sets, the light is going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect for 5 minutes, not longer, but it's going to be perfect. Look, I think you can see it here. Very nice, very decorative. Okay, I made tea. And I watched the notes and I realized that today is a lesson when we read Harry Potter. We have several study books where we do exercises and we're preparing for the exam, but also we have one lesson a week when we read Harry Potter. We read it at the lesson a little bit, then we read it at home, then we tell what we read, we discuss it, we ask questions, and today is such a lesson. We are starting chapter 6. Here is what it looks like in Finnish. I can't say it's easy, of course, but it's easier than I thought. When the teacher suggested we read Harry Potter, I thought she was being too kind, because I read the adapted books at that time, and sometimes I needed the dictionary, sometimes I didn't understand everything, and it wasn't like easy peasy. But when we started, I understood that actually I know almost everything. I know, well, that sounds ambitious, too ambitious. I don't know everything, of course, about any of the languages. But, I know enough to read the text, to understand the text. Sometimes I can read a lot without a dictionary and I get everything. I get the crucial parts of the plot. So it inspired me, of course, it motivates me, because Finnish is such a language. English is, you visit a couple of English lessons and you can talk, you know some things already. Then you learn it for a couple of months and it's enough to have easy conversations or basic conversations. But Finnish is such a language that you are learning, but for the first, I don't know, year or maybe even a couple of years, you have a feeling, well, I had a feeling that nothing is happening. Maybe not nothing, but close to nothing. And now, after, if you don't give up, if you continue learning, then you meet a point when it's the other way around. It gets easier. English gets harder the more you learn it. But Finnish is very hard at the beginning, but then it gets easier because you know more. It's not about the language, it's about how you proceed in the studying of this language. That was a minute of me bragging. So I need to read 4 pages today. Laitturi 9 ja 3/4. Guess what it means. I'm gonna study, I'm gonna drink tea, maybe I'm gonna knit because my ADHD can enter the room. Okay, that's it for today. Percy just walked through the wall onto the platform. Just 4 pages, and it feels like I did something grand. The lesson is in 3 hours, so I have time to have lunch and to knit.
Fred, sinun vuorosi, pullea nainen sanoi. Minä en ole Fred, minä olen George, poika sanoi. Ihan totta, nainen, miten voit sanoa olevasi meidän äitimme? Etkö näe, että minä olen George? Nyt kolmas veli käveli riuskasti kohti lippupuomia. Hän oli melkein perillä ja sitten aivan yhtäkkiä häntä ei ollut missään. No luulen, että mulla ei ole enää kysymyksiä.
definitely not the most productive day, but I finished the ribbon. I started the detail that's going to be in the middle. It's going to hold it. And you know, tomorrow morning I'm going to dive into it. I'm going to start right in the morning. I don't have that much stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed right now. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It's the next day. I'm coughing like crazy. Something happened. I went to the shop yesterday and I didn't wear a scarf because I always regret wearing a scarf because it's too hot. Maybe I was wrong because I can feel it coming from the deepest depth of my body. I'll drink some hot water right now and maybe ginger. Otherwise, it's a new day and I understand that I don't have almost anything today, so I can dedicate it to knitting. I just need to do some sports, of course, because if I don't do anything in the morning, I will not do it ever. I hate sports. Okay, hot water with ginger, sports, then I also need to change the sheets on my bed, but that's it. Then breakfast and knitting. Let's start the day. I kind of feel that I only have enough energy today to practice in my pajamas. Better to do some sports in my pajamas than to not do it at all, right? So this is exactly what we're gonna do. Okay, I'm ready. Much faster this time. I have my breakfast, I have my coffee. Yesterday I finished this one, the ribbon. The ribbon is done. It's very Christmassy. I'll take photos later. I feel like photos will show it better. I started this detail that's in the middle of the bow, so I'm going to continue on that, and I'm hoping that in the morning I'll finish the bow first, then I'll be able to do something else. I decided to not go for a walk in the morning. Maybe when I get tired, when I knit for a while, we'll go for a walk. I kind of want to show you the cemetery that's near us. Okay, good morning. This is what I came up with. I want to make the bow like this, and then the ends will not cross. They'll be, maybe I'll just tie them up here. Okay, I love it. I just found this pin. So I think, I'm not sure yet how I'm going to use this bow, but I think this will help. I'm not sure if I want to fix this outer edges. I want to fix this outer edge too, because it's so that it doesn't do this. So I'm thinking, most of all, I'm thinking that I'm going to put it on the Christmas wreath. So I'm just gonna fix the pin here, and it's ready. This is not the wreath I'm going to use for Christmas. This is my autumn wreath, but I just wanted to see how the idea works. Probably I'll place it down here, but I like the idea, right? It looks cozy, it looks festive, it looks Christmassy. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, you could use this, you can make this in different colors and just decorate for any celebration you do.
Okay, time to choose the next thing to knit. I'm on Pinterest again. I'm looking for something that is just solid red, because I don't have complementary colors. Just an off top, I'm not going to do this time, but look at that, just for inspiration. And there is a pattern, see? You can buy it on Etsy. A green pillowcase with a red bow. It looks kind of like a center of decor. Okay, I'm thinking about making a hard candy, caramel candy. Almost all of them are striped, but I'm thinking I can make it solid red and then add a satin ribbon. I'd love it to be green, but I don't think I have green ribbon. Well, I either can buy it later or I can find some because I made something I sewed something last Christmas, and I remember there were several kind of pieces left and there were green ribbons there. So I might find enough. Or maybe I'll buy them, or I know for sure that I have red ribbon. It's kind of too much, red on red, but it is Christmas. It's okay to have a lot of red, to have even too much red, right? I think so. Then it's settled. I'll make a candy. Maybe I'll cast on 16 stitches, right? Because here we have 16 stitches, and it's going to be just a normal sized candy, right? It's going to be stockinette. And maybe, maybe I'll make the ends, like I'll double the stitches by the ends so that they make this ruffle stuff. Okay, let's try. Hey, I cast on 32 stitches and now I'm going to knit 2 rows, and then I'm going to decrease every second stitch so that I have 16, and then I'm going to knit just a cylinder of 16 stitches.
That's a shame, Louise. Hey, I'm helping. I was hoping you'd take off that ball cap, freaking everyone out. I didn't even know. When I see you, I fall apart like a zombie.
Okay, I finished the length. Now I'm adding this ruffle till to the other end. I'm just I knit one and then I increase one, and then I'll knit another round of doubled stitches, and then I can fill it with whatever I have. I'll have to see.
From last year, how did you escape? Die. Mr. Business. Right back. You want a little sail,
I found some filling, so let's fill it. I think I'll tie one end so that the filling stays inside, right? And I'll do it with the yarn right now, just to, to fix it. But I found the green ribbons, so I think I'm going to use them. There's also a red one, but the red is kind of boring, right? And this will make it, look at that. I like it. I'm just tying the end. One side turned out to be bigger than the other. And now I'm just filling it with the filling. The unpleasant thing that can happen is that the filling will show between the stitches. That's why I used smaller needles than the yarn requires. Seems that it worked. I don't think it's showing. What are we thinking? Smaller candy? Yes, I'd like it to be a little bit smaller, and I'd like it to have a little bit longer edges, you know, these ends. Yeah, that's better. Look.
Orange. Oh, Liz, I hate your sister. No, you don't. You love her. She's family, Bob. She's your family. Hey, Frank says hi back, but no. Damn it.
Look how cute. I love it. I love it. I don't know why I sound surprised. I kind of knew I would love it, but I think I'm happy that it's ready. I'm thinking I'll use this thin ribbon to make a loop. Okay. Voila, it's ready. Okay, do you love it or do you love it? It's nice. It will look amazing in a garland, but I think it looks amazing as an ornament too. It will look better if it has something to support it. Either there are several of these, or maybe something else of the same color. But you know, because we usually have everything in green and red for Christmas, definitely you have something similar. Okay, so now we have two. Let's have a break for tea and carrot pie, but then let's think what else to make. Let's taste it. The recipe is very nice. Next time I'll try adding more carrots because I'd like it to be more moist. I'm sorry for this word. You can taste the carrots. It's enough of carrot taste, but it's a little bit dry. So next time, more carrots. I thought I would go for a walk after tea. It's so nice. You know, a random fact about me, I hate the sun and I hate the heat. When the sun is like shining right into my eyes, and when it's unbearable heat outside, I hate it. And this weather is kind of perfect. Well, the range of weather can differ, you know. As soon as it's not hot, it's okay. And before it gets freezing cold, it's okay. So right now it's easy, you know, to wear something and to be warm in such weather. It's plus, I don't know, maybe 5-7 degrees Celsius. So it's nice, it's okay. I'm sorry for my breathing. I'm going up the hill. Okay, let me show you our cemetery. Here we are. Mustan Kallion hautausmaa. The Black Rocks Cemetery. It's a place. We have an actual Olympic champion buried here, a skier. And you know, I'm quite a spooky person, as you might have noticed. I love Halloween and all these pagan things. So when we moved, I just opened the map to look where the cemeteries are, and it turned out that I could just walk to one of them in 5 minutes. So that's what I've been doing ever since. Can't say I come here every day, but you know, it's when I don't know where to go, when I just need to be outside for a while, I come here. I love it. Now, while I'm going home, I'm kind of promising myself that I should think about what to knit next. Look at these berries. They're so red. I couldn't decide what to knit. I added like a bunch of stuff to my board on Pinterest, and still there are very few things from just one color. So that's why I decided to try to make this thing. It's not knitting, it's, I don't know, beading. And I have just 3 kinds of beads. I wanted to start thinking that it's it wasn't going to work, but then I decided to just try. Maybe it's not, but I should try, right? I have these two kinds of ribbons that might fit, but they both seem okay, but this one, I'm not sure about the color. It doesn't fit either of these. I think I'll use the white one, the off-white one. It's cute, isn't it? Wait a sec, something darker. Here. It's nice. It's nicer in person, to be honest. I'll also try to take a photo, just because I make photos better than I make videos. That's why I feel that you need to see the photo, because it will be better. It's easy. It's just a string of beads, and then you arrange it into a bow, and then you add the ribbon. As you can see, I didn't use those lighter ones I showed you, because the red one was the best. Maybe because the beads are so plain, so I don't know, almost transparent, no color. And the ribbon gives it, well, a little twist. Next, I was thinking, I was on Pinterest again, and I wasn't inspired at all. Then I remembered that I have this Krampus pattern here. It's a cross stitch, and if you remember the trick or treat cross stitch, I showed it in episode 13, if I'm not mistaken. It's the same author, the Witchy Stitcher, and I love this author. The Witchy Stitcher's patterns they're all spooky, gloomy, very dark, and all of them are gorgeous. I have my own Edgar Allan Poe already, and you know, actually, if money wasn't the issue, I would just buy everything and then, you know, gradually make them. I'm not the best cross stitcher, and definitely not the quickest. This is the fabric I bought for Krampus. It's very, very light beige. The Krampus itself will be dark, almost black, so it's going to be a very nice contrast cross stitch. I think I'm ready to start it. It's a long project. It will take me several weeks to finish it. I think I will start it today. The only thing I'm thinking about is, do I want it to be a Christmas present for my husband? So, meaning, do I have to hide from him? But either way, he's not here yet, so I can start. That's why I think I'll say my goodbyes right now, because I will not be able to show it later when he comes. So guys, thank you for spending this crafting weekend with me. As always, I hope you have time for crafting. Please don't ignore yourself. Always take care. Always spend time with yourself. Always dedicate time to yourself. I am very grateful that you come here. I hope to see you next time. Bye.